Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now the end of September of 2022, and with Andor Season 1 now officially released on Disney+, a lot of Star Wars fans have now been looking forward to other projects by Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni after Tony Gilroy and what he has been doing with Star Wars Andor as a whole. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, one thing about the new Star Wars universe that a lot of fans have been very much invested in is exactly what Favreau and Filoni have in store for the new Star Wars universe, and exactly how it's about to present itself to Disney Plus as a platform. Now, given that Tony Gilroy has presented Star Wars Andor today with a total of 3 episodes debuting in one shot, a lot of fans I'm noticing are giving mixed reactions. A lot of fans out there so far that I have seen are saying that the series is very engaging. There's other fans that are saying that this show so far is very boring and slow. So it's kind of hard to get a read on fans and exactly what they think about Andor so far because it's so early on in the process and most people have not seen it yet, so I won't be diving into any kind of spoilers per se just yet. But season, of course, 1 by Tony Gilroy, he actually said himself that it's going to lead into something big that's going to change your perspective of Rogue One. Now, moving on from all of this, what's even all the more exciting has a lot to do with what Favreau and Filoni are currently planning behind the scenes when it comes to, of course, one of the new Star Wars projects, and exactly how it's going to impact the original trilogy movies in a very big way. Now, with that being said, of course, with both Favreau and Filoni now focused on their new Star Wars projects with the Star Wars franchise, they are already beginning to work on The Mandalorian Season 4 that is set to give fans a fresh new take on the Star Wars brand. However, one of the big upcoming projects in the works that is described to be called and codenamed Star Wars Blue Link is set to give fans a modern retelling of the original trilogy by Favreau, Filoni, and with the help of George Lucas as well, that will refilm the Battle of Yavin and the Battle of Endor, as well as a brand new version of the battle between both Vader and Luke Skywalker in the Star Wars TV show. Now, further, it's described that, of course, storyboards have been created and finalized to be used in the script of the show, one of which involves a complete retelling of Vader fighting Luke Skywalker on the Death Star through the perspective of a mysterious new character that infiltrates the Emperor's throne room. Now, this scene is described to offer fans a brand new angle of both Vader and Luke fighting on the second Death Star that will be done by both Favreau and Filoni, as well as George Lucas, and will be using revolutionary technology by ILM to give fans a brand new version of the fight. Now, let me just stop here quick before I get to the next thing that's going to be very exciting too, is that the biggest thing about this is a lot of fans are probably going to say that this is not necessary, that they should leave the original trilogy alone, that they really should not alter or even modernize the original trilogy, and I understand that, I do, but at the same exact time, I think that this is going to be a very entertaining process to actually watch, this new Star Wars project called Blue Link and how it's going to take place during the events of the original trilogy at different points in time, as well as retelling certain elements of it all. Now, we talked about this lightly a couple of months ago, that Blue Link is also going to be one of the darkest stories told by both Favreau and Filoni, because it's going to give fans a different view of the original trilogy movies, and it's also going to be a retelling of those movies in a very positive and respectful way, however, because they have George Lucas doing a lot of this. They have other creators hopping on board that are very experienced, that's going to be handling this new era of the Star Wars universe. So they're planning on announcing this at D23 and/or Star Wars Celebration of next year, and they want to get this show out by 2025. So it's not going to be on Disney Plus for quite a long time, but Project Blue Link is really going to be something special for the fans. It's described to be a love letter to the original trilogy movies, and that's exactly what Favreau and Filoni are trying to achieve. Now, at the same exact time, too, they are using this as a way to fill in some of the mysteries that are told in the original trilogy. A great example is what Mon Mothma said in Return of the Jedi, of how many Bothans died to give us this information about the second Death Star. Basically, we're going to be getting questions answered just like that. A lot of fans have always been asking about the Bothans and how that actually went down with the Death Star 2 plans and everything related to that, right? So there's a lot of mystery behind the original trilogy and exactly how that's going to be retold. And a lot of fans, I can only imagine, are going to be very skeptical about this too, but I do have a lot of faith in Favreau and Filoni, especially with the fact that Lucas is helping them all out in the end. Now, beyond this, additionally, the battle of both Yavin and Endor will be completely modernized with a fresh new look for the original trilogy movies and the destruction of both Death Stars. However, Favreau and Filoni are now also in the talks to join Andor Season 2 to offer a host of new cameos in the second season that will make the series more fun. That Tony Gilroy actually said that there will be no cameos in the first season, and how Favreau and Filoni are aiming to make new cameos in the second one that will make the series more fun, that Tony Gilroy is currently creating right now. Both Favreau and Filoni are said to be demanding some changes to the story to make things more interesting for the fandom. So let me just go over something real quick here, is the fact that Favreau and Filoni are not only going to be doing some big things with Blue Link, but they're also going to be doing some great things with Star Wars Andor Season 2. Now, Season 2 is basically going to be done by Favreau and Filoni as co-writers, and they're going to be introducing a lot of fan-favorite cameos in there. That's one thing to be aware of right now, is that Tony Gilroy, the creator of Season 1, openly stated that this season is not going to have any major cameos. Nothing like with what happened in Mando Season 2, or the Book of Boba Fett, or even Obi-Wan Kenobi at that. We're not going to get anything like that at all whatsoever. It's all basically just going to be based on Andor, new characters, and such alike from Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. So, with that being said, guys, I think the fact that Favreau and Filoni are approaching Star Wars Blue Link in a very new light and really giving fans something new to look forward to, and yet making it very familiar at the same exact time, it's going to be interesting to see exactly how this is going to resonate with fans and whether or not it's really going to click with fans. That all depends on execution. It all depends on the overall script of this series and exactly how the fans are going to see it all. Again, like I said before in the past, I'm not quite sure if a lot of fans will accept a retelling of the original trilogy, but I think that a majority of fans will definitely find this to be very entertaining and fun to watch, to just see a modernized version of the destruction of both Death Stars, both of those space battles, and especially a redesign of the Vader and Luke Skywalker duel on the second Death Star that's going to be told through the eyes of a character that actually infiltrates the Emperor's throne room, especially. So with that being said, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys have to say about this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you also very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to